So, we all always, pay great attention to emerging artists that continue to release some wonderful songs. And we're very pleased to welcome to the show Armando and his sister Jessica Scarlato to the show. Hi, Armando, how are you?
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Lenny.
We actually mentioned Pina, but that's your mom, Pina, in the opening.
Yeah, okay.
She's part of this all. She's all part of it, right?
Yes, it's actually a compliment because everyone says I look like my mom, so it's all good.
It's all good. Great.
Is Jessica? Is your mother there? Are you?
Yeah, my parents are in. Our parents are in the living room.
They'll have to make an appearance at the end, huh? And your dad's name is?
Armando.
Oh, it's right, Junior. Scusa.
He's senior, I'm junior, but I'm taller.
Yeah. He's watching this, huh?
They're all watching it with the phones out and every aunt and uncle in Woodbridge.
Great. Well, welcome to the show. You two are extremely talented, and for those people who don't know, Armando, you recorded Gato Nero, which I think was a big hit for us here at Chin Radio, so congratulations on that.
Hola. Also, you were part writer of that song, correct?
Yeah, the official World Cup song of Team Switzerland, Ole Ole, with fellow Canadians, Guido Blanco and Carl Wolf. That was a major success, so I was glad to be a part of that as well.
Wow, that's great.
That's a great start.
Wonderful company with those two great artists.
So, so we'll talk about you first, and then we'll talk to Jessica. But first of all, what part of Italy is your family from?
We're from Calabria, especially the regions Cosenza and the cities Mondalto, Fugo, and Renne.
Okay, and you guys grew up speaking Italian?
Well, speaking Calabrese, we grew up with our grandparents at the young, for me especially, when I was like 2 or 3, when my mom and dad were going to work. I grew up with my grandparents, so I spoke our dialect first, and then I mixed with English. And then my mom quit her job to raise her kids, and we had a beautiful childhood. But yeah, we speak Italian and English.
Bravi. So che tu vai in Italia spesso, a Milano, perché vogliono sentire e ascoltare la tua musica, sono i tuoi fans. Ma parliamo di come è cominciata questa carriera, lo puoi dire in inglese, come è cominciato la carriera da musicista? E poi parliamo con Soprano Scarlata.
Okay, so when I was 18, we took a family trip to Calabria, and my cousin had a studio, and he put 8 cartons on the walls for soundproof, and he was playing Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2, and I promised him when I would come back to Calabria that I would play with him. So when I got home, my sister got me a guitar for my birthday, and it was self-taught. I learned 2 chords, and from that young age, I never stopped playing. And I'm self-taught in guitar and piano, and then I always had melodies in my head. And it wasn't until my later 20s, early 30s that I kind of took it seriously and wanted to make a career out of it.
And how about Soprano Scarlato? Tell me about how you got into music and opera.
Yes, so our uncle is a very good cook. So when I was younger, he always used to put on opera, and I used to mimic the sounds. And I used to drive my parents nuts when I took showers. So yeah, I started singing lessons, and I started singing in the Schola Cantorum Children's Choir at the Columbus Center when I was in grade 6. And speaking dialect at home, that's when I learned standard Italian through song, through the Schola Cantorum Choir. I was in grade 6, so at the time Alberto Di Giovanni was the director. And we did many trips to Italy to sing, and I just fell in love with the culture, going back to our roots and traveling and singing and music, and that really just shaped who I am today.
Yes, Jessica, it's interesting that the spark for you was I guess enjoying a moment with your family and listening to opera, but for both you and Armando, it seemed that your return to Italy was the spark that really excited you and put you in a direction of music accomplishments.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why we love having artists like you on and supporting you guys on radio and television, because you're in essence really, that combination of, Canadian but Italian. Like, you're really proud of your heritage and you continue to perform in that language. So for us, we're very proud of you guys and so happy for you. Now let's talk about the new single that came out Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys take the stage. Tell us all about this new single.
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Voglio, we wrote about 5-6 years ago. I had the hook idea, And we had it, we wrote it, we saw beautiful pictures of our nonni. God bless my nonno Michele, he's no longer with us, but we saw the love they had after all these years. And I just wrote Ti voglio, the hook part. And then Jessica helped me with some Italian, and we just left it. And then we both promised our mom this fall that we would release it. And unfortunately, I had an accident since I last spoke to you, but I'm better now. I was in the hospital all summer. And we promised our mother that when I would come out of the hospital, we would record it and put it out. And that was our promise to our mom. And that's the first thing that we did when I got out of the hospital. And then we recorded it with Luca from Sonic Ninja. He's an amazing, amazing producer, an even better human. The song wouldn't sound the same without him. So thank you, Luca, if you're watching.
Thank you, Luca.
But I have to say, you sent me this to Lenny and I months ago, and we like as soon as we heard it, both your voices, your combination. So you describe it, because I described it to you and but I want you to tell people what is in this song.
Do you want to explain that, Jess, or do you want?
Sure. So.
Ti voglio in Italian means 9 different things. Ti voglio, mi manchi, ti voglio, I want you,
I love you.
I love you, I need you. In English, I want you. It's like, non è sugo. But ti voglio in Italian, it means something, ti voglio. So it's basically, if you don't have someone with you anymore, if you're longing for someone, or if you love the moment, or if you want to cherish something in your heart, hopefully when you hear our song, you could always go back to that moment, and it always lives on within you.
Go ahead, Jessica, go ahead.
It could mean many different things for many people. You know, a love that never happened, a love that could be reminiscing on past loves, or a love. So, you know, when it comes to the meaning of the song and what it means to us, you know, personally it means something to me, but that's just my experience. But it could take on many different meanings depending on how it resonates with people.
Like, for example, there's so many non-Italians that don't speak Italian that call us, message us crying.
Yes.
They're in tears because they feel the emotion and the pure energy from it. And as musicians, that's the most rewarding thing we can ask for, is when you connect with someone. Just one person, but it's overwhelming. We have over 20,000 views on the reel. The music video is already over 2,000, all organically. So we're excited to keep sharing.
Yeah, but I heard a little bit of country in there. There's opera, there's pop, there's, you know, it's got so much in there, guys.
Well, remember when I first sent it to you, we got some feedback, and we were going to send it to Sanremo. We did send it to Sanremo. They loved it. Unfortunately, I'm 39 and my sister's 35, but she looks 20.
Again.
So they said send something next year, but they loved it. Unfortunately, there was requirements. It is what it is.
We just didn't meet the age limit requirements. So.
But you're not the first person.
So now just send your songs into the big category.
Anno scorso.
But Armando, Jessica, listen, your music is beautiful, and it's really something for the listener to interpret. And they interpret with respect to their own emotions at the moment that they're experiencing life, and I think that's the joy of creating music. It touches everybody at a different level at a different time in their lives. So it's great to have you both continuing to record in Italian language, because that's something that we all have always encouraged in our 57 years of broadcasting on Chin Radio and Television. Have always encouraged young artists like yourselves to continue to do that in the Italian languages, because it's so important to keep the culture alive here.
And without further ado, guys, we are going to premiere this first time on television.
In the world, yeah.
Yeah, in the world. So take it away, guys. What is this called?
So this is our song, Ti voglio, with myself, Armando, and my beautiful sister, Soprano, Scarlato. Ciao nonna, ciao mom, ciao zia Eva, ciao zia Carmen.
Buona domenica. Adesso
Buona domenica, buon Natale. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
andiamo a questa bellissima canzone.